good segue into what you're doing today. So let's talk a little bit about your company and
our little baby here, the Nest. So, the Nest Learning Thermostat, what's it about? Well, you saw the video. We just went to revolutionize what a thermostat is in your home. Everyone said, "Are you crazy?" My wife, are you going to make a thermostat? They're the most unsexy thing in the world. And I was like, no, you can actually make it beautiful. You can make it engaging. You can make it sexy. You can make it fun. And you can actually save energy at the same time. And I looked at it and I said, this is a very difficult problem. Actually, this is a smartphone. This is an iPhone inside here. Very few companies can actually make them. So we decided with a group of friends and people I've worked with for the last 20 years, we felt we were going to be passionate about this. And we have 100 people who are the most passionate people you could ever imagine, all concerned about your heating and cooling and your thermostat, if you could go believe that.
So how'd you come up with the idea?
I was just frustrated. I was designing a green home in Lake Tahoe, and I wanted to have as green a home as possible. We were putting solar and geothermal wells and the best heating and cooling. And then they said, for $400, you're going to put this thing on your wall. And I was like, you got to be kidding. Get out of my way. I'm going to go find one on the internet. There's got to be a better one. And I was frustrated. Frustrated. So I designed my own.
A lot of beige in the ones available in the market.
A lot of beige plastic. It reminded me of computers in the mid-90s. Everyone was making the same square-looking boxes with the same features.
Right. And this reminds me, you feel this a lot like the same feeling that you had when you were doing the Ipod, the iPhone was coming out. You have this kind of same.
Absolutely. It's just about a small team of people working passionately together. And a lot of the people that I have, actually my co-founder, he was an intern. He was an intern from, my first intern on Ipod. Yeah, he was our apprentice. He was our apprentice, and he came up, and now he's my co-founder with me at Nest. And it's just wonderful to be able to work with the people that I've worked with in the industry for over 20 years, to be able to create stuff like this. Because, it's about having fun. It's about changing the world and having a lot of fun with people that you love to do it with.
You want to talk a little bit more about what this thing does and how it does it?
Well, let's see. I can tell you, you dial the temperature, yes, and you tell it what you want. But more importantly, the big innovation here is that it's a learning thermostat. Here we have a bunch of sensors in the bottom, and it actually senses when you're around in the house. And if you're not around for 2 or 3 hours during waking hours, it actually goes into an energy savings mode. So a lot of people are busy. They don't have time to go and turn down their thermostat or put it in away mode. It simply does it for you. Also, you can control it with any iPhone or iPad or any web browser, Android device from anywhere in the world. And that comes built in with the product. So we decided to make a thermostat for the iPhone generation. You guys have all come to appreciate the products that you have in your pocket. You really love and cherish that. But we decided that the other products that are around you that you interact with, especially ones that can cost you a lot of money, a thermostat can consume $15,000 to $20,000 worth of energy during its lifetime. You want to make sure you use a product that's actually going to treat that energy well and help you to try to save money and hopefully some CO2 and help the planet at the same time.
Yeah, it's all about just making, everybody's got programmable thermostats, but people don't do it. And this is going to be something where you don't have to program it, it will learn with you, it will program itself. And you guys, did you have any numbers or any quantities for how much you estimate the savings, the potential savings?
So today, there are 250 million thermostats, residential thermostats and light commercial thermostats in the U.S. 250 million. 90% of those are never programmed to save any energy because it's too cumbersome. So what we've done is we've made a learning thermostat that watches your interactions and learns from that and then plays it back. And so through that and the auto away functions and some other interesting things that we have in the product, we believe that in most places you can save between 10 and 30%, 20 and 30%. We've seen as high as 60% in certain areas. So you can save money. So a product that's $250 could end up saving you thousands of dollars if it's used properly.
Tough question, but how come someone else hasn't done this? I know that's a real, but doesn't it seem weird? It seems obvious, doesn't it? Sometimes when you look at it in retrospect, but.
Well, we came at it from a very different angle. We understood the technologies, we understood the services, we understood how to make a cell phone. And if you look at a thermostat, it's much more like a cell phone than it is a light switch. Because really thermostats, all they are kind of light switches. So this is all the connectivity, the services, the mobile clients, all of those things had to come together to make a next generation thermostat. And many of the companies that are out there today, that's not their market. They make cell phones.
Right, right. So you used SolidWorks on this.
Yes, we did.
And let's talk a little bit about the SolidWorks and maybe more.
So obviously we need a language. We need a communications tool between industrial design and the engineers and manufacturing and all of our suppliers to be able to pull together a product like this as quickly as we did. And we did it with a very small team. I'd say we probably did it with about 8 people. We did the design, all the mechanical, electronics, with about 8 to 10 people. And we needed a tool to do that. And SolidWorks brought it all together for us and allowed us to, create the renders, the models, so we can rule out certain things. We were able to then communicate with the factories to actually build real prototypes, because as much as I love rendering and 3D modeling, you still need to see the product, you need to touch it, you need to experience it before you can actually sign off on the